Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Little HK Knits podcast. This is episode number 2. Yay! I thank all of you returning viewers for coming back and watching my podcast. And a huge thank you to all of the new viewers for coming by and giving my podcast a chance. So I thank you all so very much. This week will be a little bit different podcast because I had no time this week to get any knitting done, or if I did get some knitting done, very little bit. So I thought this week, instead of going on about my knitting projects and what I haven't accomplished, that I would do a little get to know me episode, because I feel it is very important for my viewers to get to know me a little bit, so I'm just not the person on the screen talking about knitting all the time, but to make like a little connection. So hopefully this goes well. So I've gotten a little bit of the basic information about myself, so here goes. I hope you enjoy. So as you may know, my name is Hillary. I am from Janesville, Wisconsin, and that is in southern Wisconsin. And for those of you who are not from the United States, may not know where Wisconsin is, but it is in the Midwest, so it's right below Minnesota. And yeah, we are the dairy state, and that makes sense because I like cheese, ice cream, and whatever else dairy product there is. You name it, I'll eat it. And I guess going off of the ice cream, my favorite ice cream flavor is definitely mint chocolate chip, or, if I'm feeling ambitious, chocolate with mint chocolate chip. Now that sounds good. Going on to, I have a pet. I have a rabbit, and his name is Luck. He is a Rex rabbit, and he's about this big, or yeah, somewhere around that size. And I got him when I started showing rabbits in 4-H, which showing rabbits in 4-H is kind of complicated because you have to know all of the stuff about your breed of rabbits and like there's certain weight stuff and colors and all that other fun jazz. And we were pretty good at the showmanship this year, so I didn't get the trophy, sad face, but I did do very well. And I got my rabbit because my dad had also shown rabbits, but that was a long time ago, before they had all of the other stuff that they have now. And I thought it would be fun to just follow in my dad's footsteps and have a rabbit. And I wanted to originally get the French lap, the one with like the really long ears that flop over. And we went to the rabbit show to get a rabbit, and they didn't have any of the lop-eared rabbits there that day for sale. So needless to say, I didn't get one of them. So my rabbit leader pointed me in the direction of the Rex rabbits, which I will insert a picture of my rabbit somewhere in this video if it'll work, because I am not very technologically savvy, so bear with me. And the rabbit that I got was in the show ring, and we ended up buying him, and we gave him the name Luck. Now there's a funny story behind his name, because as soon as we bought him and we got his cage and all of the other stuff ready, another man came up and wanted to buy the rabbit that we had just bought. So we got that rabbit by sheer dumb luck, because if we would have waited any longer, he would have been gone and I would have been rabbitless. So yep, that is my rabbit. And let's see. And my rabbit stays at home while I'm at college, and my dad takes care of him. The secret is the rabbit is my dad's best friend. Because every time I go take care of him, he's like, oh, I gotta go take care of the rabbit. Like, I just took care of him 5 minutes ago, but okay. So he gets good care. I have a very big family. I have 18 aunts and uncles. And on my mom's side, I have 28 cousins, but this past week, that number went down to 27 because the tragic loss of my cousin Justin. If you're friends with me on Instagram, then you may have seen the post that I'd put on Instagram to keep my aunt and uncle in your thoughts because they lost their 17-year-old son to suicide on last Thursday, and today is the funeral is today, so we all decorated little, well, not little, they're like he loved Adidas shirts, so we all tie-dyed Adidas shirts, and his favorite color was purple, so we all tie-dyed them purple, and we're gonna wear them today. So that should be quite sad, but a good time to remember all that he had done, and because he always had a smile on his face, and he always made people feel happy even if they looked like they were having a bad day. So you could instantly be put in a good mood just by seeing his smiling face. And I am the youngest grandchild on my dad's side of the family. I'm the youngest by 11 years, so that is quite an age difference. And my dad's side of the family is actually who I was named after, going back to the little HK knits, because I'm little HK, and my grandma Helen was big HK because she was older, and my grandfather, who I have the very exact same initials, we didn't actually get to meet him because he died when my dad was, I think, 5 months old, so we never really got to meet him. Well, actually, never. But I've heard stories and we have pictures, so it's good to keep good things. And I have no brothers and no sisters. I am an only child, and I guess I would have had a sibling. I don't know if it was a brother or a sister, but that one died before it was born, and yeah, so, but it actually is kind of like, I wouldn't be here if the other one had been born because my parents had enough trouble having me. So if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be here being able to tell all of my fun stories. So I'm truly thankful for that. And yeah, and now that I'm not going to be a blubbering mess of tears, so I'm going to quickly move on to the next thing. Oh, and I guess I should say who I am named after also. Because back when, before I was born, my parents would go up to Madison for like the doctor's appointments and all that fun stuff. And they would always eat at this one restaurant. I don't know the name of the restaurant, but there was always this waitress who would wait on them, and her name was Hillary. And my mom said that she would name me after the waitress. So, hence my name. But it is spelled with one L, not to be confused with Hillary Clinton or any other person, but yeah. And yeah, so that's my name. Okay, let's see next. What's on next on the list? And I was doing some searching around on the school the school student directory, and apparently I am the only Hillary in the entire University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. So I thought that was pretty cool that you're the only one named your name, so that's pretty awesome. And let's see. Oh, and my birthday. I am 19 years old, soon to be 20. Yes, that's scary. No longer a teenager. But my birthday is October 27th, 4 days before Halloween. But I was actually supposed to be born around Thanksgiving, so I was supposed to be a turkey, but instead, I'm a pumpkin. Yay! And another perk of having my birthday 4 days before Halloween is I get lots of candy, and I get to go trick-or-treating for my birthday. Yes, I said trick-or-treating. I know I am going to be 20 years old, but I will still go trick-or-treating. And I guess I should tell you what my Halloween costume plans are for this year. I am planning on dressing as Lala. If those of you know who the Teletubbies are, that used to be my favorite show as a kid. I would always go home after kindergarten, watch the TV show, and then it'd be nap time. So, brings back lots of memories. So I'll be wearing that to my friend's Halloween party, and that should be loads of fun. And I guess, oh yeah, I should tell you what I'm going to school for. I am going to school to be an elementary school teacher, hence the shirt. This was actually the learning community that I was a part of last year. Teachers have class, and we just got together and had weekly, we had a class every week, and it was like a new student seminar thing, but we got together and did stuff and learned more about like all of the different teaching certifications and all of that fun stuff. And I am minoring in art and math, and maybe, just maybe, adding a dance minor to that. But I haven't exactly told that to anyone, so maybe, just maybe, because I do like to dance. But the dance is gonna probably set me back a little bit longer, but I'm already gonna be there for like 5 or 6 years, so what's one more semester? And the math minor, that came in because I always loved numbers. When I was little, I would grab the Monopoly game and take all of the money out because I never knew how to play Monopoly. I mean, I knew how, but I always did the basic way. And I would take all of the money out, and I would go grab like little like trinket things from around the house, like an eraser or a pencil or any like stuff like that. And I'd put them in a little shop, and I would have invisible people buy them, and by invisible people, I mean me. And I would calculate the prices of it, and then I'd say, okay, your price is like $50. And then like I'd pick like give the money to the cashier, who was myself. And yeah, so that is always fun. And I just always love numbers because I think it's like kind of a challenge, and I like challenging myself to like find the correct answer because I don't like to ask for help very much. So math, it was kind of challenging because I would never, like, if I didn't understand something, I'd just kind of sit there and just try to figure it out myself. So hence why I was put in the special math class. Yeah. But I have surpassed all of that, and now I love math, always have, and always will. And now I hope I can share that with the other students that I will be teaching sometime in the future, and hope that they can share the love of math. And the art, I actually took my first art class, or my first college art class, last semester, and that was a two-dimensional design class, which I had no idea what that meant. but it was like drawing. It was basically all drawing and painting. And it was really challenging because I didn't know any of the stuff that they were like talking about, like all of the different like I don't even know what terms you would use, like the 1 point and 2 point perspective, stuff like that. And I still don't know what that is. I can barely draw that. And yep, but I managed to enjoy that class. And yeah, now I'm taking the three-dimensional design class, which has been an adventure in itself. We had to put wax, yes, hot wax, on our faces, on our faces, our bare skin, and we are making masks out of them. So we had to put the plaster or the wax mask on our face, and we had to cover that with a layer of plaster, and then we're making another plaster mask out of it. I guess it's like a plaster negative or positive, I'm not sure. And we were doing that yesterday, and I apparently didn't put enough soap on my plaster mask thing, because we have like the plaster mold of our faces, and then we have to put the mold or another layer of plaster over that to make the other mask thing, and it got stuck. So, needless to say, my teacher almost had to come over and take the mallet and try to get it off. But I was determined not to get the mallet, and I was kind of sitting there. I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I just kind of kept going around trying to get it out. And I began to drop it on the table, because you gotta drop it on the table to have the mask come out. And I dropped it on the table and it didn't come out, so I'm like, oh, it won't come out. And then I dropped it on the table again, not knowing that it, and it's like, oh, it came out. So that was very, very, very good. I was very happy because I'd put so much work into it, and I didn't want it to get ruined just because it wouldn't come out. And yeah, so that mask is going to become, we are painting like an animal face on it. So yeah, that should be quite interesting, and I already know what animal I'm going to attempt to paint on mine. It's going to be a rabbit, because I love rabbits. They are my favorite animal, besides elephants. But someone else was already doing the elephant, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to copy, so I'm going to do a rabbit. And yep, that's, yeah. And I guess a few more hobbies that I like to do are, I like to go running. Last year I found a running buddy at college. She was actually a member of the student organization, InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, and we got together and we went on weekly running adventures. We sometimes got a little lost, but it was all fun. And I guess when I started running in 4th grade, and I ran all the way through middle school and all the way up to my junior year of high school. And then my senior year, I kind of just threw in the towel because there were a lot of rumors going around and people were getting into trouble, and I just didn't want to be associated with that. And yeah, so I just kind of ran on my own, but that didn't last for very long because I had no one to run with. But then when I got to college, I started running again, but my friend graduated last year, so now I still have no running buddies, so I have to find another one. But that should be fun. And I enjoy watching Netflix. Even though I don't have a Netflix account, I share with my roommate, which she's also my best friend. We have known each other since kindergarten, and her name is Carly. And yeah, my favorite TV show to watch on Netflix is Dance Academy, because I love to dance, and I kind of have a crush on the one guy character. I don't know if you know who that is, but I'm just gonna say his name is Ethan Karamikov. I think that's how you pronounce it. So if you haven't watched Dance Academy, you should watch it. It is the best show if you like to dance, and I mean it's based off of like the teenage mindset. So if you're adults, well, maybe that won't be the show for you. But I'm a young adult, so I enjoy watching it. Plus, I'm all about the cheesy, romantic, whatever you call that TV stuff. And I guess since I have no knitting progress, I guess I'll just go straight into my acquisitions, which at the beginning of the week I did not have any, so I was originally not planning on putting any acquisitions in this week, but I actually went to the craft store today because I had to get a photo frame for the gift that I got for my cousin's funeral today, and I will also insert a picture of that. We got a caricature, which like caricature is supposed to be like funny, but this one is actually like extremely realistic, and yeah, so it turned out really, 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 really cool. And it's like he's like kind of just like still here, like he's like smiling at you through the picture. So I will insert a picture of that. And so now I was shopping at Hobby Lobby. Yes, that is my craft store because they always have yarn on sale. So I'm like, yay! So I got sorry for the crinkling. I wasn't expecting to find that much yarn, but I found this yarn. It's by the Yarn Bee, and it is what is it? It is 100% acrylic yarn, which I usually don't like to use the acrylic yarn now that I've learned of the different types of yarn, but this, I just couldn't resist the colors, so I just got it. And the colorway is Mustang, and it is in, what is it, and the yarn, I guess like the name of it is the Aurora Borealis Twist, I guess, because there's like the twisting colors, and it has like turquoise, some burnt red, and some purple in it. So I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but it should be very nice. So here's a close-up of it. So I do like the colors, so it may sit in my stash for a little bit and I got all of my yarn on sale, so poor college student gets yarn on sale. Newsflash. And then I also found 2 of the Red Heart sock yarns, which I was almost ready to check out, and then I was heading back through the yarn thing, and I had found these, and I'm like, oh, sock yarn, because I'm still trying to figure out the sock patterns, and this yarn was like really inexpensive, so they had two skeins of it, and they were only like $2.15, so I'm like, why not? And yes, it is by Red Heart, and the colorway is Ivory. So these will probably be made into a pair of socks sometime soon, although I'm not too crazy about the color, but they can go with something. And let's see, what else did I get? Oh yes, I found another skein. Well, actually I found 2 skeins of the Hint of Silk. This one is the Kimono colorway, and it is 85% bamboo and 15% silk. So I really like the silk yarn. So I actually didn't see that they had this in the clearance bin, so I was like digging around, and I'm like, oh, they have them, yes! So I'm like, I must buy all of them. So now I have, oh, and I also got another colorway of it. This one is the dragon color, and it is also 85% bamboo and 15% silk, and these are all on sale. So I do not know what I'm going to make with these, but it will definitely be something nice. And yeah, I think that's pretty much covers my my podcast for the week. And yes. Oh, and you can find me. Oh, darn it! I forgot to say the date. Today is September 25th, 2015, and it's a Friday. And you can find me on Ravelry as Knitting by Hilary, and on Instagram as Little HK Knits, and I will also post all of these things in the description box below, so if you didn't get that down, then you can just click on the little link in the description box. And I have also set up the chatter thread on Ravelry, so feel free to comment if there's anything that you would like to see done differently with this podcast. I would be more than happy to hear from you, since I am still very new to this podcasting thing. And yeah. And I thank all of you wonderful people who have given my podcast a chance. And I hope you come back next time. And I guess to end the podcast, I have a question for you. And you can comment this in the Ravelry chatter thread. But what is your favorite color? My favorite color is purple, and I'm curious to see what other colors are people's favorite colors. So if you get a chance, you can comment in the Ravelry chatter thread. And I thank all of you for watching my podcast. And next week I plan to have more knitting done. And yeah, just to have more knitting, because I'll probably have more time. And then it should be a regular podcast. And I just thank you all again so much for watching my podcast this week. And I hope to see you all again next week. Bye!